All right, welcome back to the back patio. Jim Daus is joining us with the Eagle Valley Land Trust. Jim, last time you came in, we were getting everybody excited about your nature walk that took place down at the Eagle River Preserve, learning about that relationship between the wildlife, the elk, and the humans. But now it's more about the cows and the humans. The Legacy Festival is coming up. You have some great events that are centered around that. Tell us all about what is the Eagle Valley Land Trust to start?
We're the local land conservation organization. We strategically protect open spaces in the face of the great growth and wonderful place that we have here.
So, and we've seen, I mean, I spent a lot of time on the river fishing in the summertime, and it's nice to see some of these new areas, these new open spaces become available that we were never, honestly, ever able to fish before because it was deemed as private water. And now I can go and fish it, and I'll be able to fish it for the rest of my life, and my kids will be able to fish it. And that's kind of the idea, just conserving this beautiful land that we have here so it doesn't get developed.
That's great. I had a guy recently tell me a little story about how he used to fish down over by a building that won't be named over here as a youngster, and then one day it was all fenced off and he could no longer fish there. So it's important to have the appropriate growth here, but we want to make sure that we don't kill the goose that laid the golden egg and protect some great places so you can keep fishing and so I can keep fishing.
Now let's talk about buying deeds, because it's time to buy the deeds. Tell us what that's about.
Yeah, so Cow Patty Bingo is coming up this May 13th. It's the Legacy Festival, technically. It's a conservation-themed festival. It's really family-friendly. But the big draw is Cow Patty Bingo.
So, what's Cow Patty Bingo? And give us the details.
Okay, so we're going to paint a grid on the field at Brush Creek Pavilion in Eagle. People are going to come out at 11 a.m. when it starts on Saturday.
How many cows are going to be there?
It's just one cow.
One cow.
We have a sheep that comes out beforehand, and that's called Baba Bingo. That
same
bingo
program,
round.
though, the same thing.
Yeah, so if the animal poops on your square, and you get a deed to your square, it's this kind of cool square, rectangular deed.
Okay.
You actually own the square that we painted on the field for the whole day. It's yours.
Do you have to get 5 in a row like regular bingo?
No. So if the animal
cow's not that busy then.
No,
that's what I thought it was.
But we make sure that the cow is fed
full.
well. So if the cow does its thing on your square, you win $1,000 and a staycation in Vail. And if the sheep does its thing on your square, you have a cool prize as well. It's $100 and a guided hike with members of the Land Trust.
Okay, so people can buy the squares. Those are buying the deeds, basically. Is that how that works?
Yes, that's right.
And you can go out there and put it on a square?
Yeah. So so if you visit our website, www.evlt.org, you can buy the squares right online, and we've got, it's $25 a square or $5 for $100, and there are further discounts for if you want to purchase even more.
And then on a more serious note, the Legacy Festival is really just about education about what you do as a land trust, and if people want to become more involved with it, right?
Absolutely. And I have to give a shout out to our sponsors who sponsor what we do.
Okay.
Alpine Bank is our title sponsor. Really appreciate them. They've got a green initiative which really represents how they're committed to making this a better place for us all to live and conserve resources in the future. Okay. R.A. Nelson is another sponsor, Honey Wagon, and the Yale Pomar Foundation. Wanted to give them a shout out.
You got them all.
Got them all. Great.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. But what they're supporting is the expo. We have 300 people plus coming to watch a cow. We decided, let's open this up to other nonprofits. It's a big fundraiser for us, but bring them on. Let's collaborate. All ships rise together. So you're going to have Walking Mountains and SOS and Youth Springs and several other nonprofits there, and a kids scavenger hunt. So they'll be going to every booth. They get a prize afterwards. And so a lot of people will be learning a lot about conservation, a lot of organizations, not just the Eagle Valley Land Trust at this event. There's food, there's music. It's going to be a great time.
You got to show up. Thanks, Jim.
Thank you,
Cheers,
Mark.
Mike. Cheers. There you go. All right, we'll be right back with more of the show. I've got details about the Bare Roots Harvest Festival coming up after the break with Ashley. We also have a look at that weather forecast for the weekend. This is Good Morning Vail on TV8.